Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to an episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you are having a great week out there, crushing it, growing your business, and just learning all the tips, tricks, trades of the industry as you go along and grow. This year has been a big growth year. It's what we've talked about a lot on the show. It's been a lot of just like seeing how we can change our businesses, things we can implement, new ways technology can help us. That's a huge thing. Tech is not stopping anytime soon. So how can we get it into our business? How can we change that and moving forward, implement it and grow our company that way? So before we hop into the show today, I want to go ahead and bring in our guest. We're going to have a great guest interview. We haven't had a guest in a while, and I'm excited to have a guest on today. And we're actually going to be talking about robotic mowers. So don't turn it off. If you have some resistance to robotics and technology, don't turn it off. I think it's going to be a very insightful conversation. I think I'm going to learn a lot, and I think you will as well. But let's go ahead and bring in Viet from High Green and Go Mow. How you doing today, man?
Doing great. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is a call I've been looking forward to for a while. Been chatting back and forth on what we can do moving forward to kind of talk about this robotic space and talk about you guys putting up a booth and being at Equip, having a presence there. And so we know that's right around the corner, and we're going to talk through some of that today. But Viet, I really, truly appreciate your time coming on and joining us on the show. I want to, let's talk the background of High Green and Go Mow. What is this, right? Let's educate the customer base here. Let's educate our listeners so we get a good foundation. And then I want to talk through really some of this technology and the sustainability of these robotic mowers, and really talk through maybe the next 3 to 5 years of what this type of product looks like in our businesses, and also just how you can add another source of you can be more beneficial to your homeowner that you're servicing, right? How can you add value to them? And I think there's a space to do that with this mower and this technology. So, Viet, take it away, man. I want to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about your history, your personal history, High Green's history, and then now launching Go Mow.
Well, personal history, I grew up in Oklahoma, so Oklahoma City. So
are you a Sooners fan?
I am a Sooner. I am an alumni of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Oklahoma, so definitely a Sooner fan. So
well, I'm an Auburn fan. I thought we had you 2 weeks ago, and
that was a great game. I was on a road trip, and my heart almost stopped when I was in the car. But I mean, we're just so happy to be in the SEC now with all these other schools, and we want to welcome all the fans to Norman. I'm really excited to see all these different fan bases come in, and going to see all the different locations out there too in the South. So we're really pumped about that. Well, we joined High Green, mostly because of the innovation, what they're doing right now in the space. And we just feel like, we have the latest technology and we feel it's one of the best technologies out there for this new mower system. We'll get into that more details about it in a little bit, but I mean, we our founding company, we've made some of the components and parts of some of the biggest power tool brands out there. Some of the world's leading miter saws and table saws you pretty much have some of our components in there.
Really?
And our company's products are in Walmart's and Home Depot's, Lowe's, Ace Hardware's, a lot of the big brand retailers.
I was in Ace 30 minutes ago.
That's great. Yeah, so I can't really disclose too much information about that. We have some NDAs with these companies, but so we just started this brand to really, we think there's a market out there and kind of a push to go towards these smart lawns, we call them, right? And to bring some more eco-friendly products out to the market, and we feel this is going to be a great convenience to homeowners and landscape professionals out there.
That's so cool. I love that. I think, tell me a little bit about High Green, the history of High Green, if you don't mind. How long has that been in How long have they been in business? And then what kind, if as much as you can share, no, like you can't share everything, but what kind of technology and motor, like what parts are you making that are going to help you with this robotic mower set yourselves apart?
Right. So, I mean, the owner's son went to school for AI robotics, and once he finished school, he wanted to really push this as part of the program, for the company, sort of the growth pattern for the company. So, yeah, it's we want to just bring on the residential level to the consumer, like a smart machine that not only does the job well, but has a lot of great safety features in there. I mean, I know there's when I got a Roomba from my sister, a few years ago, and the first thing that happened is my dog just attacked it constantly, so we know there's going to be this adoption phase of like, hey, it's like this thing going to work, and people feel comfortable with it. It's going to be safe for kids and pets and things in your yard. So we want to just introduce it slowly out there, get people to try the product, test it out, and then you're going to start seeing it more and more proliferating throughout the market whenever that happens. So that's kind of our goal and our plan. And I mean, we really feel like once people see the technology and see the possibilities of it, people are going to really adopt it and really, hopefully, bring more convenience to life. That's the one thing you can't get more of is time.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to try to free up time for residential customers and business owners, just so they can focus on other things that are, even cooler and more, more beneficial.
Yeah, 100%, man. I totally understand and relate to all of that. I think that the future. So the history in the past has been it's all gas. It's all electric is trash. There's nothing good about it, right? That's the common, like we it's just all gas. Everything fossil fuels, all that.
Sure.
The future is not that, and whether you like it or not, it is. It's changing to battery. Technology is coming along. We are going to be using electric stuff. That is the wave, and you better hop on or you're going to get left. And so the homeowners, I feel like, have been in this space more than the landscape professional has been. But even now, the landscape professional is moving in more and more. And so they're seeing the electronics, the electronics, the robotics, the technology, all of that. And so I'm excited to introduce that. And I know you're saying like your target is residential, but I think there is a way to get the landscape professional in this space down the road. And so I want to hop in and talk some of that more, but let's hop into like the actual components of the mower. Let's talk about the robotics. How do the robotics work, right? Because a lot of guys in this industry don't even understand it. And so can we talk through some of that? How does this thing even work? How do you prevent it from running over your customer, your residential homeowner's dog, right? If they have a little chihuahua running around, how do they not hit that? So I think that's where a lot of the hesitancy is. Talk through some of that. Let's clear the air on that. And then I want to talk through that second portion of like, hey, how do you think this could get into your business down the road and add value to your customers?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So what we feel is we've got the next generation of this type of technology, right? So in the beginning, the first wave of robotic mowers are mostly just the wires. You set up wires and there's a perimeter around the yard. And then the mower just follows the wires. But, you can kind of see there's going to be some inherent problems with that, right?
And that's why everybody was so hesitant to get them. They didn't want to go through all the trash of having to do that.
Yeah, and if I ruin my wife's flowers,
game over.
I had some big problems, right? So that was kind of the first generation. We saw that there's going to be some limitations to that. We knew that. So a lot of people kind of rushed to market with that, and we felt like that's probably not going to be the long-term solution, right? And then there's the next generation of RFID tags. Which works okay, but then once again, it's not as accurate as you may need to be. And some yards are more complex, and you understand that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some yards are very simple, square, beautiful. That's great, but a lot of people put the planters and rocks and other features they want to showcase, right? So
my thing is like a dog chain or something sitting out in the yard, like stuff that you don't even think about. Like that stuff is just out there and it's not super visible.
Right, absolutely. And then the 3D zone mapping is kind of the next evolution after that, and that's kind of the Roombas. They kind of take a map of the room and kind of navigate from there. But once again, like we feel like there's some limitations to that because like what if they're wrong? What if the zone mapping goes wrong? And then you've heard of Roombas like going downstairs and other things that problems that can happen in that situation. So we feel like this with the AI technology components to this mower is really the next step above. We use a GNSS system, which is a global navigation satellite system. So it's actually syncing to a satellite and really mapping out your yard. And then as the owner or the business owner with an app can accurately map out a yard with zones and no-go zones. The most important thing is no-go zones, right? You want to accurately map out no-go zones, make sure the mower doesn't go somewhere it's not supposed to go, and it doesn't injure something it not supposed to injure, right? So that's the first most important thing. And then with this navigation system, all you need is it's solar powered. You just need to put it in the yard. Just need a clear view of the sky, and it will basically like track the mower's location in reference to the yard, and just gives you more accurate mapping and more accurate data for where the robot's supposed to go and not go.
What level of preciseness do you know down to, like, is it inches, centimeters? Do you know roughly about that, about as far as like how close that gets?
Yeah, it's supposed to be as accurate to the inches of where you map it out.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, I got you. That's super cool. So it goes off satellite, which means you do need somewhat of a clear sky. You don't want a bunch of trees in the way or anything like that. Yeah. Talk about what are the sizes of this mower? How is this coming out? And then a production rate of some sort. How fast are they working? How fast can it mow? And how long can it mow on a single charge? Right.
So single charge takes about 3 hours. Okay. It can mow 3 hours, and it takes about 3 hours to charge.
Okay.
So 3 hours. It could go roughly 3 basketball courts.
Okay. Yeah.
6,000 square feet would be like the limit, about 3 hours.
Yeah. 6,000, is that right? 6,000.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. 1 square feet, and it's got a 1 to 2.5 inch cutting height. So I mean, like I said, if you have a rainforest or jungle in the backyard, it's probably not going to be the best thing to put it out there for that. But once you have it, nice and cleaned first, it's a great maintenance product after that. So that's what it's designed for.
Yeah.
And so I mean, we have 2 different speed settings on the blade. The blade is an 8-inch disc, and you're going to go to the expo, right? You'll be there, right?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be.
Yeah, you'll get to see it in person. So you'll see it's an 8-inch disc. It has 3 individual spinning blades on there. We have the highest settings 2,800 RPM, which is about 67 miles per hour. Yeah,
it's moving.
It's moving. Yeah, and then the lowest setting is 2,400 RPM for silent mode. So actually, you can tone it down a little bit if you need. If it's working in an area that needs to be a little more quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So does it have like a return to home technology as far as charging and all that? I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as it's done, or if it encounters a technical issue or some problem it can't overcome, then it will go back to the charging station.
And if it senses it's about to die, it'll go back before it dies.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Or if it senses, a little bit of moisture, wetness, no problem. If it senses like a downpour, then obviously it's going to go back to the station.
Yeah. Okay, that's super cool. So I was watching one of the videos. It says it comes with some batteries. What are those batteries for? The Samsung batteries. Was that the right video that I was watching? It came with. Is that with?
It has a main battery and has a replaceable battery.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So you can replace it. So now is that replaceable? Like you just interchange them, or is that like what do you mean by replaceable?
Interchangeable.
Interchangeable. Okay.
Yeah, interchangeable.
So you have 6 hours of cutting. Is that right?
Possibly yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like if it's up to 3 hours on one battery. Right. So you have 2 of those that are interchangeable. Okay, awesome. Yeah. And so what does the charging process look like for this?
I mean, when it charges in the base, so once it returns to the base, it'll just charge.
Okay, so it just goes in the base. Okay, awesome. That's super cool. So I didn't know. I figured it would have to. And again, this was education, right? This is fact finding. This is where people in this space are learning, and I think that's where this technology is gonna take some time for it to really break through. But when it does, it's like it's all gonna break loose because I think that there is true value here. So I was thinking like it would just have a solid, like a big battery that you could not remove since it's charging the base. But if you can interchange the batteries, then that's awesome. You could potentially have up to 6 hours of mowing. That's really cool. So I think that is the homeowner space is where it's going to fit in the best for sure. Is there plans right now? No, and we're in initial phases, right? We're in launch mode. Right. Down the road, what are you looking at? Do you think y'all will change your sizes of mowers? Do you think you'll add larger ones to come? What are your initial thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be the first run. We want to really test the market, kind of see the adoption and just see. I mean, we want to know how people are going to test the machine.
Yeah.
We've tested the machine a lot in our labs, but we want to make sure we get it out to the people and let the people test the machine and kind of see how everything's going to go.
Yeah.
We're excited about that phase. But yeah, I mean, in the future for sure. I mean, this has multi-zone mapping. So this can even cross a sidewalk into another yard. Absolutely. absolutely. So
wow, talk
so
on that some, because that's really, again, I know that the residential space is where you're really like that's where this mower is meant for, but I'm thinking that our audience here can really take this and implement it in their business, and it's still a residential, like it's still going to residential property, right? But I think there's a space to where us as landscape professionals can really add value to a homeowner in putting this on their property, and also saving us time. Like, it's going to save us labor down the road, because if I can show up and trim and edge and do all the things that a robot can't do, but I can put this on their property. So talk about that a little bit, the mapping, the crossing the sidewalks and things, because that's where I think you're going to get the attention of some of these landscape professionals that have been so turned off to robotics, technology, things like that. They just don't know about what there is out there.
Right. And like I said, a lot of this is testing for the business level, so I'm not going to, can't be 100% sure on this part. Based on, our test, I mean, we do multi-zone mapping. It can cross over a sidewalk into another yard. So say you had a sidewalk right down the middle of your front yard, or something, for example. And then, like I said, it does cut one side and then it'll cross over. You can map that in as a bridge to the other side. We don't see there's going to be an issue if you do a multi-zone or even multi-property, right? Kind of yard space. I don't think we've had that tested yet and then on the business level, but absolutely that's something that we definitely want us to try and see how that's going to work out for sure. And then, this is just our Gen 1 for the residential market. We are developing other future versions of the mower, so that we are, we definitely looking into a more commercial and industrial one that's coming online later. Absolutely. After our testing is done with this model, we love to see how that goes. And also a smaller, more mini version as well. Because some people in the cities may not have as much yard to cut, so we want to work on that. We're working on that model as well right now.
1,000,000%. And so I'll tell you where I appreciate and respect this is when you're going to come to market with a commercial grade piece of equipment, please have it tested. Right, that's my plea to everyone out there. I have some good friends from people that have equipment that I've ran in the past. A lot of our John Deere mowers is what we run day to day, and like their testing process is just super strenuous. They're not the first to the market with this stuff, but when it comes out, it's ready to go. And so that's what I'm hearing you say in this commercial space down the road. When you do launch that commercial equipment, you're going to have this stuff tested before that, and so you're going to come out with a good piece of equipment when it does. And that's what I like to hear as well on this side. So I'll tell you what, before we move on to kind of hammering down implementing this into someone's business, is there anything that we missed that you think is a highlight that we should hit on?
Yeah, I mean, the safety features for sure. So once again, you take your app, you map the no-go zones in your yard. You make sure you map that out properly. But then we also have the front bumper, and there's an AI vision camera that actually goes along with the mower.
Really?
It's installed into the mower, right? So it would actually the front bumper, if it touches an animal or a kid or a rock, it will actually stop. It will take its time to sense the obstacle and the issue, and then find a way around it. And if it can't go around it, then it will stop and go back to its base. So it's a lot of safety features in the front and the back, and the blades all have guards all around the blades. And so there's really no way to touch the blade unless you lift up the mower and get underneath it. So
the blades. So how easy is I've seen a little bit of how the robotics work. These mowers. I've never personally put one on my lawn, but from what I can tell, it seems pretty simple to change the blades on these, right?
Yes, very simple, very easy.
What is also,
that? You can wash them with a hose too.
Really? How is there test? I mean, I know this is initial phase. We're talking, this is pre-launch, so you don't have all the answers to everything, but I still appreciate the conversation. What is if you're cutting on like 1.5 to 2 inches, like you say in the cutting height, how long do those blades usually last? Do they have any type of data on that yet?
Yeah, we totally expect the blades to last on normal use. Probably will last about a month.
Okay,
on the blade, but we'll give you a 12-month supply.
Okay, awesome.
We'll have a 12-month supply of blades to go through. So,
and what does replacement cost look like on those?
We're gonna see. We have to determine that cost. Like I said, we're doing our first round of tests. We want to just kind of see what the wear and tear is going to be on the blades before we have a cost and all.
Okay, so, awesome. That's super cool, man. Well, I'm super interested in this. It catches my attention hearing the in-depthness, the testing that's going to happen. So when you go to market in the winter of this year, what does that look like? What does your rolling out, your testing out look like? How do people get information on it if they wanted to snag one and throw it on their lawn first, because that could be the way that you get this into your business is, hey, I'm the homeowner, or I'm a landscape professional, but I have a house to mow too, and I don't want to mow it. So let me grab one and put it on my lawn, right, and try it out first. So what does that look like? What does the process look like?
Right. So right now we're accepting subscribers to our email list on our website. We actually are accepting deposits now. And so the first adopters are going to get really good discounts on the mowers. Because like I said, that information from the home user is really vital for us.
Correct.
To really make sure that we can create the machine that we think we've got. And really test the machine that we think we got. So that'd be great. So you go to our highgreentool.com and sign up for our email list, or you can even put a deposit down now. On the mower, and then and after that, the first round will be about 700 units that will go out to the public. And we'll gather that information after about a few months of use, and then once we have that data and we feel good about everything, then we plan on launching out wide, probably by late summer, fall of next year.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. So you have the potential here to get on the ground floor of a new company, right? That's where I see the value.
Right, absolutely, yeah. I know. Like I said, the discounts for the first adopters are really solid. So please check out our website.
So can you talk to pricing? I mean, at all on what is an entry level, like what does it start at?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be $19.99.
Okay.
So $1,999.
But that's super comparable though to what I've seen though.
Yeah, absolutely. We feel we're trying to be right in the middle of the market, right there, like in a good space for the market, and but also provide a really good quality product. That's our number one goal.
So you hear testing, people are like, well, I'm a little iffy on this. I don't know. It's not to the market yet. How's it actually going to work? I think the way to back that up, and you probably know this, is having a really good customer support team, right? How are you going to handle that support? So what is that going to look like from you guys as far as support goes when you get it and you're testing, hey, something goes wrong? Is there a direct line to the team for support staff and all of that?
Right, absolutely. We'll have a support staff really help you. It's a 2-year warranty on the battery.
Okay.
We feel strong about that. I mean, right now it's our plans are to have a 2-year warranty on the parts.
Yeah.
And the actual mower components. So
awesome.
Like I said, we'll know a lot more after the testing, of course.
For sure.
But you'll have a complete support system and all the warranty backing.
Yeah. It is really interesting to me. Like $2,000 to not have to mow my grass anymore sounds like a pretty good deal, right? Like, I mean, you're gonna pay for it up front, but you're gonna save money over time, and that your fuel costs, your time savings. I think there is true value there, and then. I know I've been like hitting it and kind of throwing it in here. Guys, putting this on your property, on your residential homeowner's property and training them. So bear with me here and talk to the landscape professional for just a second. What does the setup of this actually look like as far as like, are you running around with your phone mapping? Like how are you actually reading? I know it's satellite, but how simple is it to get this thing set up? Because that is where I think that we can add value to the homeowner is, we get this piece of equipment, we put it on their property, we're going to tell them, hey, this thing will mow all the time. It's going to keep you at 2 inches, which is a great cutting height in the South for us. I know, like Bermuda, if I can keep Bermuda on 2 inches, I'm happy. Like I'm in really good shape. What did y'all have in Oklahoma? What grass did you have out there? Do you remember?
Oh, gosh.
I think you have a lot of Oklahoma. I mean, a lot of Bermuda. I think you have some fescue.
I think it's mostly fescue. I'm trying to think back. I think it was mostly fescue.
I know I have one buddy in Oklahoma, Rory Kendall. He has 1 yard he posts on his Instagram. It's literally half Bermuda, half fescue. So he cuts in the winter. Yeah. One is totally green and one is totally brown. Yeah. It's so funny. But the 2 inches there is like it's perfect for us down here. And so the value I'm adding to the customer is, hey, your yard's getting cut all the time. I don't have to you don't have to touch it. When I show up, I'm going to be doing the touch-up work.
Right.
So walk me through that for the professional, getting this thing actually set up for a homeowner to use on their property.
Well, I mean, we designed to be just basically set it and forget it. So once you map the zone and you've saved it in our app, it's locked in. And then the great thing about the AI component of this mower is that it's not only looking at obstacles and no-go zones, it's looking at terrain. So the satellite system actually helps us map the terrain, and we can actually cut up to a 44% slope.
No way.
Yeah, the robot will do that. It has the capability. Wow. And ideally, I mean, when we talk about commercial versus residential, I mean, our weight is about 33 pounds on the mower. So, you know, as you get into, you know, if you want to go more commercial, you obviously have to add batteries, and batteries
for sure.
weight,
They're heavy.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to add too much weight to where you're going to be, you know, if there's some big dips or slopes or down slopes, you don't want to add any, you know, blade marks and and issues to a lawn, right? So that's why, you know, it's a nice balance. We're trying to find the right balance of utility and design and function here for most customers.
30 pounds, like it can mow when the lawn is wet and it's not going to run anything up. Like it's not heavy enough.
Right.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Right, absolutely. So I mean, you know, in the way we see it, once you set it up, you set up the satellite tower. You know, it's a little stick basically with a solar panel on it, so you don't have to charge that up at all. It's a solar panel on the satellite receiver system.
Okay.
Clear view of the sky, set it up, map the yard, and that's it.
So is that receiver something permanent? It stays up, or is that just
if you want to stay in a clear space, and in one location. I think if you move that around too much, you're going to have some issues with the app. Yeah. It's not going to sync right with the app. So, but once it's in a nice clear space, open sky, and then you've mapped up your yard, then you know we don't see any issues beyond that.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. The safety is huge. Because I know that is the thing. Like people are like, well, it's going to run over your dog. What if a kid gets out there and touches it? And I think that is like, we're figuring that stuff out. 5 years ago, I don't know if the technology was there, right? I don't know. I don't know if that safety was there. But now it sounds like that we are there. We're getting better and better every year with this stuff.
And our idea is, you know, we want to free up some of this time to maybe so you can do even more.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, we were thinking, you know, we can start installing, you know, gardens for people, you know, more flower beds.
See,
there's a lot more that you can do when you don't have to focus on just the yard, right? All the time.
Yeah, you're on the right track. You know what I see now. You're catching on what I'm saying here. You know this stuff because for us in this space, we need to be doing higher revenue per hour task, and mowing grass is not a high revenue per hour. So, like as I grow my company, I need to be getting into irrigation, installs and service, plantings. Hardscape stuff, like things that I can bill out more than I can mowing. And so that's you help this homeowner set it up. They have continuous mowing. Their yard always looks good. Like it literally always looks good. You do the service on it. If anything messes up, you learn and train. You get with High Green and say, hey, I want to know everything about this machine so I can help homeowners. And then you can also offer that service. And so I do think there's tremendous value there. And I'm glad that you said that. You brought a really good point that we hadn't even talked about. Doing other tasks in that free time.
Yeah, I think people are going that way. I think people are going to, hey, we want to grow some more, you know, vegetables and fruits at home. We want to grow, you know, have a bigger herb garden, stuff like that. I think people are going to that. You know, I think the public is going in that direction. So we want to just, like I said, take this task off of most homeowners and potentially business owners, and then they can focus on better things.
Yeah. Right? And so this is super random, but I forgot to talk about it earlier. The charging base and station, that stays outside, correct? Or is that inside?
That will stay outside, yes.
It stays outside, and that just goes into a 110 outlet?
The 110 outlet.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that
can be covered. Of course, you don't want to leave the mower in any rain or snow.
Yeah.
Hail. Yeah, I remember lots of hail in Oklahoma, so we want to make sure we stay away from that stuff.
So you do want it covered. As far as it getting rained on though, is that going to mess it up? Like, is it water resistant? Like
it's water resistant. It just has a sensor that, obviously, if it's raining too much, you don't want all the tracks and all.
It's not going to continue to mow, but if it sits in the rain once or like it's not.
Yeah, no,
crap out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well,
and it's like the sensor's there to protect itself. From too much. So, it will just go back to the base.
Yeah.
And then even in the app, it's full scheduling in the app. So if there's a storm coming, or I know in Florida there's a big storm coming in Florida, so you can actually pause. You can pause the mowing, and you can do all that. You can reset the schedule.
Yeah, bring everything inside, save it from the hurricane. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I tell you what, I want to be respectful of your time. What is there anything else that we're missing? Because I want to make sure, again, we're educating here, we're learning all the new things about this technology. So I want to make sure I'm asking you the right questions. Is there anything that I haven't asked, that we haven't talked about, that you think is like, hey, we really need to mention this and talk about this mower and the technology coming down the road?
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered most of it. And the most important thing we want to, like I said, the safety features, we talked about, the no-go zones, very important for a yard, right? And like, especially like a pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that, right? But make sure that that's all wired into the machine, into the robot. And I mean, we're really excited just for people to see it at the expo and, get the first units. I think if you could be one of the ones to get the first units, I think you'd be very, very happy with what the product's going to be.
So are you making the trip to Expo? Will you be there?
Actually, I won't be able to make it this time. So our team will be out there, and the owner of the company is going to be there, so you'll get some good information.
Yeah, that's super cool. See, that again, you just said something you didn't even realize that we talk about all the time. This is why you go to Equip, because literally the owner of this company will be there. Like, it's not an engineer, it's not a sales rep. The owner's going to be there. You can talk to the owner. Like all the owners of these companies, the CEOs, they come and they meet and they hang out and network. And so, if you're not planning on going to Equip, I highly suggest you do. It's next week. Like, it is literally right around the corner. So, if you do it, you can use code GG50 and get in for 50% off. But I do want to see you there. So. Let's wrap it up. Let's go over final things here, though. Again, name a price point. When are you launching exactly? How can we sign up, get on the email list, and be notified for those first units to come out in the winter? Yeah, so please go to highgreentool.com. Our subscriber list is open for people to sign up for emails, and we can actually place a deposit down on this first run. So definitely, if you're interested in that, please do that. That's the best way to get the version when it comes out, and you can test it for yourself. But I mean, we're just really looking forward to everything's gone well in our labs, and we're really excited about it. We want to get it out to the public and get that data from the public, and make sure that it does everything that we want it to do. So we're really excited about that. I love it. Well, highgreentool.com, is that right? Yeah, highgreentool.com. We'll put that link in the show notes today. Go register there, get on the email list and the wait list, and we'll see it. It's coming out. $19.99 is your price point there. So that's very comparable to what I've seen on the market. I think you're going to get a really good product from what we've talked about today with Viet. I think that the customer support sounds like it's going to be awesome. That's the biggest thing. That's why I've had a company, honestly, is like customer support that I can talk with, that we can understand and problem solve and get solutions put together. So I'm excited to see the future of this company, the future of the brand, and where all it goes. And again, guys, this is an opportunity. Add a service into your business. You could potentially add a ton of value to your homeowners that you have in your customer base, and also free up your time and do higher revenue per hour things while getting in on the ground floor of a company. So, Viet, thank you for your time today, brother. I appreciate you coming on. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in the show today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave us a big 5-star rating or review, and those help us continue to grow the show one relationship at a time. Reading those, meeting you, and hanging out at events like Equip Expo. So we look forward to seeing you out there next week. Without any further ado, thank you, Viet, for coming on. This is going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one. Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.